Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Land Matters. It matters that it is land, and there are matters on land that we need to begin to interrogate, to analyze, to understand, with a view to seeing how we can all live on this land peacefully and use the land well for prosperity and posterity. My name is Abigail Mbagaya Mukoli. I'm a land and land governance expert practicing in Kenya. On today's episode, I want to talk about charges. I'm sure you're wondering, charges? Charges what? But I want to tell you what is happening in charges also, so you can know what's going on. And also how some of these disputes are being perpetuated by some of the actions that we take. Normally we started that, you want this land, you look for land, you work hard, you buy a piece of land. Then once you get the title deed, and maybe you don't have money to develop the piece of land, you may want to borrow money against the title. So you may want to borrow some money and use your title deed as security so that you can get money that will enable you to develop your piece of land the way you want. So normally what happens, once you've gotten your title deed and don't have money, many people normally approach a bank to give them a loan. And the security will be the title deed. So when you go to the bank and you apply that you want a loan, they'll ask you what security you're giving. Then you'll say you're giving your title deed. So you're giving your title deed. Well, very nice. The bank has valuers. So the bank will send valuers to the ground to confirm that the land indeed exists, to carry out a valuation of the property, to determine the value of the property so that they can know the maximum amount of loan they can give you. Normally, banks give you a percentage of the value of the property as a loan. And you know what I have seen is that when people are applying for loans, they are normally very good. Very good people. So you go, you apply. When the valuer comes to your property, umemfungulia mlango wide open, aingie. This is my land, red soil, very fertile. Look at my house. I collect this amount of rent. This is what is happening. Very nice, because that time you're selling your property. You want to get a good value. You want to be able to get a good amount of money so that you're able to develop your property. That is very good. So once that is done, you will get a value of your property. Then the bank will give you the loan. That is what we call a charge. So that's what we call to charge. So the bank will charge your title deed. They will put a charge on your title deed for the amount of money that they have given you. Hiyo loan umepewa kwa shamba yako ndio inaingizwa kwa title deed kama charge, kuonyesha kuwa umeomba pesa kiasi fulani kutoka banki fulani. So it's very good. And to get money is very nice because it will help you. You can really build yourself. You can use this money to build your property, to expand your business or to start business. But what is expected of you, on the other hand, is that you're supposed to pay back the loan. So once you've been given the loan, you're supposed to start paying back the loan. So what is happening is that some people get the property very well. Some pay the loan very nicely. They finish and there are no issues. But some, we run into problems, maybe for various reasons, and we are unable to pay the loan. So what happens in this case? The bank is mandated by law. This is again by law. Even placing a charge on your title, the bank is mandated by law, or the financing institution is mandated by law to put a charge. They are allowed by law to do that. So again, when you fail to pay, the bank is allowed by law to sell your property to recover their money. They will be exercising their rights as chargeurs. So they are allowed by law to auction your property if you fail to pay the loan. Again, if you fail to pay the loan, and even I forgot to say something, if you are charging this property and it is matrimonial property, that thing called spousal consent is required. So if you are charging that property and it is matrimonial property, remember I talked about you need the consent of your spouse? Before you buy, even now in mortgaging or charging the property, so long as it's matrimonial property, spousal consent will be required. So sasa umechukua loan imekusaidia. Ama umechukua loan lakini sasa imekusaidia lakini umeshindwa kulipa. The bank will come on back and they will want to auction your property. The law allows them to do that. So they can auction the property, then they will get money and recover their loan. Now, what happens again when they want to auction your property? Of course, they'll have told you severally to pay the loan and you have not been forthcoming. So again, they will send a valuer to come and value your property to determine what we call the forced sale value. That is the value that they will sell your property at the auction. The forced sale value, again here we've been protected by the law. It cannot be less than, it is not less than, it is 75% of the market value. The forced sale value will be 75% of the market value. So the valuer will again come back to value and determine the market value, then determine the forced sale value that the bank will adopt in selling your property. What I have seen again now, when the bank is coming to value your property for auction this time, vile ulikuwa umefungua mlango wakikuja kuvalue uchukue loan, wakati huu watu wamefunga milango, umbwa iko nje, huwezi kupita kwa gate. In fact, if valuers are not careful, when they approach the gate, they can start screaming and saying they are under attack. You know, very unbecoming behavior. Oh, tumevamiwa. Yet you knew very well you have a loan and you are not paying. So when you take a loan on land and on your property and you don't sell, the bank will auction your property. And the minimum price they can accept is 75% of the market value. So let us say your neighbor in the neighborhood or somebody comes and buys your property. What I have seen in some cases that when the property has been auctioned and somebody is coming, they want to take their property, the owner, the registered owner of the property who took the loan comes out with a machete wanting to kill people or screaming and getting the community to come and try and turn against these people who have bought the property on auction. My friend, title deed ni mzuri. Lakini ukichukua loan, ukose kulipa loan, utakuwa auctioned. Na ukikuwa auctioned, kubali tu, wacha vita, wacha to incite the villagers or the neighbors that you are under attack. Just kubali I took a loan na nimeshindwa kulipa na banki ime auction property na mtu mwingine amenunua. Just agree. Or alternatively, go back to your bank and talk to them and make out a plan on how you'll pay the loan so that they do not auction your property. Mambo ya kuleta unaingiza kisasi katikati ya hii maneno na umejua vile umefanya, hakuna haja. So let us minimize disputes. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to me. Next time, we are going to talk about adverse possession. And we'll be talking about how some of our very, very casual relationships on land bring about major disputes. And also how some of these things can lead to your land being adversely possessed by somebody else. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to me. And if you like, I would like you to subscribe to my video. Please hit the subscribe button so that next time when we post a video, you'll be able to know what is going on. Thank you and God bless.